Live from the O'Brien Services Stadium Studios, this is the fifth quarter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the fifth quarter of the high school football season. I'm Tanner Barth alongside my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, Joe Catanacci. And Joe, we begin this high school football season, or we thought we were going to begin it tonight, but it's great to have you here for another year of this show and another year of breaking down some high school football.
I'm so ready for the football season to get started, Tanner, and I'm so appreciative that WWY has given me this opportunity to cover high school football across the Cape Fear. Unfortunately, unable to get things started tonight, but ready to get going next week. And hopefully the rains have come and gone, and then we'll be getting things kicked off a week from tonight.
Hey, that's the hope. We'll have our fingers crossed, but we talked about it. You know, sadly, the football season didn't get underway tonight. They canceled the BB&T Jamboree out at Legion Stadium. And the stands were packed for the Jamboree. Tons of fans. They said they were expecting over 10,000, but as you can see right there, sadly, the season did not get underway. The Jamboree was delayed for more than an hour and a half, but eventually canceled around 7. And BB&T Director Jody Griffin told us that it was a decision that was not taken lightly, but after discussing it with officials and coaches, they canceled the Jamboree for player safety. And we spoke to one player who told us his feelings on the event's cancellation.
It was a bummer that I kind of played today since it's my last year. I was looking forward to playing today, showing out in front of the county and my friends and family.
And you can hear them right there. These kids look forward to playing in this, and they told us it will not be rescheduled. There'll be no refunds, and the admission charges that were charged for people to get in will go to the scholarship fund. But still kind of a disappointing thing for our area.
One of the nights where all of the high school football teams, all of the cheerleading teams, you've got all of the parents, fans, family members that are all in one place to enjoy high school football. Unfortunately, this is how it goes. But with that said, we are ready to go. Another week of practice, and we'll see how things shake out. A lot of question marks for a lot of different teams across the region, and I'm just excited to see how things shake out through the early portion of the year.
And these coaches, you know, they're hoping to see their kids get into action to see what they had. So we don't have any highlights for you to show you, but we'll give you a preview of our area schools instead, starting in our own backyard with Brunswick County. The Battle of Brunswick County went the way of the West Brunswick Trojans in 2018 as they finished with a 5-6 record, but just missed out on a playoff spot, finishing 4th in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Headed into the fall, the expectations are sky high with 22 seniors on the 2019 roster that is loaded with talent.
You know, we got a football team that I think is going to make this community proud, and hopefully in October we're sitting there in a fight for not only the #1 seed in the 3A portion, but maybe the whole prize of winning the championship. That's what we're gunning for.
Last season was Hickman's first year as the West Brunswick head coach, implementing a new system, and now that they have a year under their belt, they're ready to take the next step together.
Not coming into a whole new offensive program and everything with a new coach. Everyone's a year in, so we kind of got mentally down what we need to, and now it's just kind of forming back in with a few pieces we lost last year, kind of getting the bond back.
Let's move on to the North Brunswick Scorpions now just up the road in Leland. North Brunswick coming off a season where they went 2-9 overall and just 1-6 in the Mid-Eastern Conference, but the record might be a little misleading. The Scorpions lost 4 games by less than a touchdown, and with the majority of their skill players returning on both sides of the football, things are looking up for North Brunswick headed into the 2019 season.
We're in far better shape now than we were. Does that always, turn into something that's victorious? No, but I feel a lot more confident.
And while the expectations are there for North this season, they don't want to get ahead of themselves.
We're going to do our very best to make sure we focus on us. We're a couple injuries away from being very, very mediocre. So we have to, do the things that we can do and do them better than we did last year for sure.
And last but not least, let's go down to Southport and visit the South Brunswick Cougars under 4th-year head coach Rocky Lewis. Last season, the Cougars were riding high after their non-conference schedule with a 3-1 record. They ran into trouble in the MEC, finishing the season just 4-7. They do lose 2 offensive standouts to graduation in quarterback Mason Phillips and running back Deshaun Lee, but the players are in place to start climbing back up the totem pole in the conference.
Expectation is win every one, but we could win 10 or we could win 2, and a lot of that depends on the injury bug, and so we're hoping to stay healthy, and if we do that, we're expecting good things.
Last season, mistakes late in the ballgame cost South Brunswick a few wins, so they know if they're going to change for the better in 2019, they'll have to sharpen up and do the little things right.
Just don't give up big plays. Don't let the ball get on the ground, fire them, make plays.
And And you heard it right there. And Joe, I think this might be the year that we see a Brunswick County team maybe make a statement in the Mid-Eastern Conference.
West Brunswick brings back a ton of guys under Coach Hickman now in his second year. North Brunswick under Coach Brian Davis, they've always got a bunch of skill players that can make big plays and explosive plays downfield. And then down in South Brunswick, Coach Rocky Lewis, Coach Larry Brock, part of that program as well. You never know what's going to happen. And Brunswick County, I think West Brunswick probably got the early just the early edge on the rest of the Brunswick County squads.
But don't count out any school in that county. I know it's going to be an interesting season to watch. Well, don't go anywhere, folks. We have much more of the fifth quarter coming your way after the break, as we'll take a look at all 4 Hanover County high schools.